Before we begin, I did this kind of crash course video style, I guess. I kind of went through things rather quickly, and you might not have been able to understand all, so I will leave a link below to the script if you want to see that and see everything and you want to read yourself. So yeah, hope you enjoy. So today I'm going to tell you about the four major macromolecules. But first, what is a macromolecule? A macromolecule is a large molecule that is composed of small units. The four major macromolecules are lipids, proteins, nucleic acids, and carbohydrates. Let's start with lipids. Lipids are macromolecules that are insoluble in water, which means they can't be dissolved. This group includes oils and fats, phospholipids, a lipid containing a phosphate group in its molecule, and steroids. Oils and fats are composed of glycerol and fatty acids, which are long chains of carbon-hydrogen bonds with a carboxyl group at each end. Phospholipids are found primarily in the cell membranes of living systems, and they are a major component. Phospholipids contain a hydrophilic head and a hydrophobic tail. This head contains a phosphate group, while the tail is typically a diglyceride. The cell membrane is a double layer of phospholipids. Steroids are typically made up of fused hydrocarbon rings. Examples of steroids include cholesterol, estrogen, and testosterone. Cholesterol is found in the cell membrane of animals. Some vitamins, like vitamin D, are also considered steroids. Next, we have proteins. Proteins are polymers that are made up of amino acids. Amino acids are small molecules that contain an amine, a carboxyl acid, and a side chain. Amino acids are connected by peptide bonds to form protein polymers. The common types of proteins found in biological systems are enzymes, antibodies, transport proteins, regulatory proteins, and structural proteins. Enzymes are actively involved in metabolism, where they speed up chemical reactions. Transport proteins, they transport things like compounds or chemicals that are important for survival. Antibodies are a part of the immune system or defense mechanism in living things. They help eliminate foreign particles, and regulatory proteins ensure that physiological processes are carried out correctly. An example of a regulatory protein is a growth hormone. Moving on to nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are the molecules inside the cell that store and process genetic or hereditary information. There are two types, DNA and RNA. They are called nucleic acids because they were first found in the nucleus of a cell. The monomers that make up nucleic acids are called nucleotides. DNA contains the genetic or hereditary information. It is made up of four nucleotides: adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thymine, which is where you get ACGT from when talking about DNA. Then we have RNA, which is very similar to DNA. There are three major types of RNA: messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, and transfer RNA. Messenger RNA is involved in interpreting genetic information stored in the DNA. Ribosomal RNA is found in the ribosome, hence the name ribosomal. It is involved in the production of protein inside the cell. Transfer RNA transfers amino acids to the ribosome. Some RNA molecules also function as enzymes. Last but not least, carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the most abundant macromolecules on Earth and the source of immediate energy needs. Carbohydrates also help define the structure of cells. They include single sugars or multiple sugar molecules bonded into polymers. There are three types of carbohydrates. Okay, let's
Monosaccharides,
monosaccharides,
disaccharides, polysaccharide.
and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides, also known as simple sugars, which is definitely what I'll be calling them, are made up of a single sugar molecule. The major example of a simple sugar is glucose. Other examples include fructose and galactose. Simple sugars are transported in the blood of animals, and they are broken down to produce chemical energy in cells and can be found in other macromolecules like nucleic acids. Disaccharides are composed of two single monomers of sugar linked together. Examples are maltose and sucrose. Polysaccharides are made up of chains of sugar monomers linked together and are stored inside the cell for future energy use. The major polysaccharide in plants is starch, and in animals it is glycogen. Those were the four basic macromolecules. Hope you learned something.